and nobody just wants to be themselves anymore. Everybody's just seeing what works and seeing like not as what works is good, but like everybody's just copying each other. Nobody's wanting to be themselves. Nobody's wanting to think for themselves, be creative for themselves.
What's up, fam? Welcome to Fundamental Works. Today we have Washington Heights' youngest in charge, my man Steve-O, and it's an honor to have him here. Somebody who has been doing a lot of positive things in the community and a lot of neighborhoods in New York City. Steve, what's up, man? Talk to him. Tell him where you're from.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Steve here. Like he said, like Chris said, Washington Heights finest. Washington Heights finest here. You know, I take real pride in just representing my community. So Washington Heights finest.
Yeah, yeah. And you look, listen, something that you do is you do an amazing job of representing the community. You're somebody who's full of faith,
Yeah.
full of integrity, full of honor. Like everything that you do is positive. I never seen you out there really like acting a fool and doing things of that nature. Like anytime that there's negativity, you're always in the middle trying to separate it.
Yeah.
And your light shines very bright. Like, where did you get that from? Who did you grow up seeing? Or is it something that you were just born with?
Essentially, I feel like it's just the household I grew up in. Like my mom was a single mother. Like I grew up with a straight woman. Like it's me, my sister, my two sisters, and my mom. So it's like just seeing growing up with them and like seeing my mom struggle and all that. That's probably what made me the way that I am today. Like just as positive as I am and always because I never seen her complain once. Like I didn't see her complain one time. She figured it out for us every single time. So why would I have the nerve to be negative for it or complain or you know just anything that of that sort? Why would I do that when I see my mom firsthand do it, not do it, and be positive, figure it all out by herself? So I feel like that's where it comes from, and just my belief in God. I feel like that's for sure the main reason why I.
Yeah, and listen, something that's always gravitated me towards is your faith.
Yeah.
Like I want to say, like shout out to your mom because I know that in that household, like you guys have a lot of faith. Fighting every single day to put a meal, pay these bills. Like you gotta have a lot of faith and positivity. So shout out to your mom for raising a beautiful young king.
Amen, bro.
And I remember when I was coaching high school basketball,
Yeah.
I was recruiting you heavy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, yo, bro, like I like this kid. I like this kid. He's positive. Like he's always thinking about the next play. He's not caught up in his emotions. And WHF stands for two things, right?
Yeah.
Wash Ice Family, and
Yep.
that's me because I'm Wash Ice Family too.
For sure.
And it's also We Have Faith. So like, how did that name come about? And like those two names come about, and
Yeah.
what made you go with that?
So essentially, like faith has always been huge, like a part of my life. And like you said, like I've always like remained like positive throughout, like you know. I wasn't the best basketball player ever. Like I wasn't like growing up being like playing ball. I wasn't the best. I always had to work harder than everybody else to become who I am today. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like part of it has always been like the faith word. I didn't stick with it till this year. Like I didn't really like I wasn't heavy on it till this year, but I feel like it's always been an essential in my life. And then like you know, I'm a creator now, so like we were just I was with my brothers, you know, the guys I play with, and we are trying to like figure out a name for like a group for us. You know, we made it. We ended up making a group, and we are trying to figure out a name, and we're like, what do we want to represent? Like, what do we want to stand for? And I always said like I definitely want to involve like God always, because it's like He's the main reason why I am here where I am at today, like literally.
Amen.
And
Amen.
and when we speak about like how I got to with this basketball idea, I'll bring it up as to why I know it's Him that brought it to me, you know. But we were outside of McDonald's trying to figure out a basketball 171st. We was outside of McDonald's, and we were like, yo, what should we name these? What should we name our group? And then we was like, we throw names at each other, and then step back. It was crazy. Like step back, Will actually ended up saying like, yo, watch the Science Family. I'm like, okay, and well, how can we like reduce that? You know, he ended up saying WHF, and I'm like, how can we make that like to what? You know, how can we relate that to God in a sense? Like, how can we make this name like more powerful? And then he literally just said out of his mouth, "We have faith." And I'm like, whoa, that was so. Once I heard "We have faith," it was over. I'm
Yo,
like, yo, it's over.
that's a beautiful testimony to the name and where you guys come from. Shout out to Step Back Will, my guy. I love him.
Like,
Love all the guys on the team. I'm seeing you guys grow from young pups, teenagers to young men making it happen and
yeah.
spreading a lot of love in every single neighborhood,
Mhm.
not just Washington Heights. And where we come from, you know, like faith got to be one of the pillars in your life. It's
Yeah.
always going to be faith over fear.
Okay.
When it comes to this basketball thing, I've always wanted you to be like part of the team that I was coaching in high school, and I've always wanted you to be on my roster because you're somebody who plays with faith, and you
Yeah.
always play with that edge, and you always play like with knowing that I gotta go harder than everybody else, and that's what I loved about you. And I remember everybody in the neighborhood saying that you were like bad or this or that or whatever. You were a fifth option, and I'm like, yo, bro, like, yo, you really like a number two option. You're like Drew Holiday.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
we used to compare you to, Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
And now that you're doing the YouTube thing, everybody's seeing it.
Mhm.
Like, yo, nah, like he's really Drew Holiday. And then like after Drew Holiday won the chip with the Bucks,
Yeah.
and he's going to the Celtics,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everybody's looking at Drew Holiday like he's a GOAT.
Yeah.
But you've been Drew
That's
Holiday.
a fact.
And in this content space that you in this YouTube space that you in, the one-on-ones, you're doing this thing a lot differently than a lot of other people.
Yeah.
So what's something that separates you and WHF
Yeah.
with the other YouTube creators?
I feel like the number one thing that literally off the rip pops up into my head is like the fact that it's authentic. Like it's authentic is real. Like we don't fake anything. Like we put exactly how it happens is what we put on the channel. If we play for $200, we're playing for $200. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's the main thing. I feel like we show the grittiness, the realness of like how what goes down in the hood in the trenches. And that's my favorite part about it. On my YouTube banner I miss when YouTube was real because I feel like content now is getting like it's getting fake. Everybody's putting on this image and this facade like and nobody just wants to be themselves anymore. Everybody's just seeing what works and seeing like not as what works is good, but like everybody's just copying each other. Nobody's wanting to be themselves. Nobody's wanting to think for themselves, be creative for themselves. And I feel like that's what my channel bring. We bring that creativity, that realness, that authenticity. I think that's the main thing.
Yeah, yeah, and I feel like it's organic, and that's why everybody in the neighborhood supports you. Like,
Yeah.
listen, the amount of people that watch you is remarkable. And like, I'm walking in the hood, like I walk this whole neighborhood
Mhm.
from 150 something to 191st. I go to all the parks, I work out, and everybody's always talking about you and the team. And it's because it's organic and it's real. You know how like there's this saying like, "Fake it till you make it."
Yeah.
I'm somebody who would like you. If it ain't real, it ain't right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And like a lot of people don't understand that like you really be putting in pain. You be putting in pain like this whole entire last winter and spring.
Yeah.
You was in West 50th at 6 in the morning working out.
Facts.
People just thinking that like, oh no, he's just pulling up and he's just playing basketball. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot on the line. Like
No
that
cap.
$1,000, you lose that, you might not eat for 2, 3 days. You
No
feel me?
cap. No
So
cap.
it's like
And that the fact that you're saying that like I really want to say this because it's like I don't know like people may think I'm like I probably make it look easy like oh we play for $1,000 every time and we figure out the money and like I really do delivery I do Uber Eats like I've done Instacart, you know what I'm saying, like I do all these things to make this happen. I'm not out here, I'm figuring it out the way I know is right, you know what I'm saying, like and I done did Uber Eats on the train, I done did Uber Eats, I done did Instacart, I done had bags of groceries and it was a few stops away. I didn't have no car, no way of transportation. I took the train to make these deliveries, bro, to make this money for
that's
real.
a
Like
fact.
this
That's
is
a
like this is a
fact.
fact.
Listen, 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 listen. I want to talk about this because I'm somebody who I like to help people from my community. And maybe you, at that time when I was a teacher, maybe you didn't go to my high school.
Yeah,
But if I saw a kid on the basketball court, I'm like, yo, nah, like, hold up. Like, I gotta try to help this kid go JUCO, go to a college, or go to whatever.
yeah,
I remember seeing you on 79th Street.
yeah,
And I was your senior year of high school that it
yeah,
ended. I'm like, yo,
yeah,
where you going? And you were like, oh, no, I'm thinking about City College or whatever, this or third, whatever. And I'm like, yo,
yeah,
let me know. I'll put in a word for you so like that you could go play. And even this year, a couple months ago, I'm like, yo, bro, like, you could really go back to college and you can still hoop. And you was like, nah, like, this is it, bro. Like, I'm making this happen. Like, this is the only plan.
yeah, yeah,
I remember this was 2021, and this might have been like around July. I saw you on 79th Street
yeah,
doing Uber Eats with the
yeah,
bike and all that.
yeah, yeah.
And I was like, yo, bro, like, what you gonna do? And you looked at me like, nah, I got a plan. And like, this was the plan. It's
No
5 years
cap,
later, it's 2026, but this was the plan.
no cap.
A lot of times in life, I like to take messy action. Messy action means that, yo, oh yeah, forget about it. We're gonna start right now. And then along the way, if you gotta stop, if you gotta figure it out, if you gotta get some more money, stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. You gotta just figure it out as you go.
Yeah,
And how has that journey been in the last 5 years? Because we had this conversation
yeah,
and there was no camera. There was no matchups. There was
Yeah.
no nothing yet.
There was no, yeah, yeah. I always did content though, and I started off like I had a girlfriend at like in high school, and we did content like together, and so we had a couple channel, whatever. So I always like that was after basketball, that was my second love. Like I already fell in love with content creation at that time. So when I told you I got a plan, I already knew it was content creation because I know I got what it takes. When I put my mind to something, it's inevitable for what I want to happen to happen. You get what I'm saying? And then my faith in God, He's only gonna you
Amen.
know what I'm saying? Like He's only, and I'm gonna always mention God because it's like I have to. Like it's just it's a
God is the only source, bro. God, if there's no God, it's not gonna happen.
no cap,
God,
no
God,
cap.
you can have all the money. I've had a lot of money. I've been out. I've been traveling. I've been everything.
Mm,
And like, if you don't got God, you don't feel fulfilled. You don't feel
yeah,
full.
yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And everything that I've gone through as well has been God.
yeah,
So
yeah.
tell me more. You've always fallen in love with content
Yeah,
creation.
so I always had love for content creation and like so I had a yeah, like I said, I had a girlfriend, whatever. We did we had a couples channel, and then we stopped, whatever, and then I went to DR. I went viral with my cousin. He was dancing dembow to drill music, so we we went viral off that. And so like I already know like off that, like off those little two things, just know I went viral with her, and then I went viral with them. So like I'm like I feel like these were signs like you got what it takes, like you could do it. So you just keep going and be creative, and it'll happen for you. And then essentially then I came back to the hood after being in DR, and then I did a basketball 5-on-5 in my hood. You know how much people I brought out for that
Nah,
game?
that was amazing. That was amazing.
Like, and that was just off of I didn't have no motion, no motion. That was just like
Love.
love, just like
God,
yeah,
God.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like when my peers after that game, there were certain people in my life that told me like, you know how much like in my neighborhood, they told me like, you know how much people you brought out, and like how much people I haven't seen in years that came to that game, and I was able to like see them, and we spoke about it like after they opened my eyes of like they opened my eyes after that, and they showed me like I have so much potential in what I do and what I can do, that is like after that it was up
Bro,
after
bro,
that.
bro, it's a beautiful way that you're bringing the people together. This is not the club that you gotta pay entrance.
Right.
You don't gotta get fly.
Right.
It's just like, yo, we dropping the low, pull
Pull
up.
up.
That's it. You might have to take a bus, a train, maybe a Uber, but that's it. And it's like it's all around the game of basketball, man. And there's a lot of people in our neighborhood that have gone Division 1,
Hmm.
legends, legends. There's Dominicans that have chilled in Washington Heights and one that went to the NBA. But in your lane, nobody has ever done what you're doing.
Yeah.
And this separates you from all the basketball things. And I see you as a living legend.
Yeah.
Real talk, bro, because ain't nobody doing this. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah.
like the little kids. The other day, I
Yeah.
FaceTimed with my nephew. He's
Yeah.
11.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, you know Steve Boomin?" I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, he's been calling me every single day. He's talking about like, "Yo, tell him to repost my Fortnite. I got the numbers. This is the third." I'm like, "Bro, you gotta work on your own thing right now."
Yeah.
But it's just like it's a beautiful place to see basketball because I miss going to parks where like you can call next and you can play 3, 4, 5 games in a row and people got next.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be going to the parks, every park, and there's
It's
nobody out
dead.
there. It's like Desert Storm. And you're bringing this to different neighborhoods where it's like, now hold up, like there's a 1-on-1, then there's the co-main event, there's the main
Yeah.
event, then
Yeah.
there's a 5-on-5, then we're gonna go hoop. It might be 5 of us. You're bringing that competition to basketball again.
Hmm.
And like I feel like that's what's missing in this era of basketball.
Yeah.
Forget about the trainers, forget about the working out. I feel like what's missing is like, yo, I don't want to lose.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't want to
No
lose.
cap.
And like I know that nobody in your team wants to lose that rack.
At all.
That 200.
At
And I know
all.
that the other dude on the other side of the team don't want to lose either because he
Yeah.
want to win that rack.
Yeah.
But well, you've been doing so many beautiful things. Your viral moment with this
Yeah.
was Dusty Locane,
Yeah.
where like he didn't want to lose, and at that time it was like we play you a band for a band, right?
Hmm.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that's $1,000. His 1,000 versus my 1,000. Yeah, that's what it was.
And you had the hood of the frenzy talking about that. The comments was going crazy and everything like that.
No cap.
Talk to me about that moment because you have played other games prior to that.
Yeah.
You have already brought people together, but it just didn't hit.
Yeah.
And then that moment comes. How did that night feel? How did that morning feel with all the views and all the, everything?
Yeah, just know that around this time, I was losing a lot of games. Like I think at that point I lost 2, 3 games already. Like when after that, when before I played Dusty Locane, I lost 2, 3 games. So I lost $3,000. And so I finally got this win, bro. I finally got this win. I was so sick when he didn't pay me. Like I couldn't even, I think I cried when I got home. I definitely cried when I got home. I done lost all this money, and when I finally win a game, I didn't get paid. That I was sick. Like I didn't even think about the after or how it could do, how going viral. I didn't think about any of that. I'm thinking about in the moment. But the only thing I was grateful for is that I didn't lose the band. And then he came with shout out for the kill. He came with for the kill. So like before the game, I never panicked, but I'm already thinking like, damn, mismatches and thing. You know, I'm playing with Will. It's like Dusty Locane's mad big, and then for the kill's mad big. So it's like I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a tough one, but we got to pull through. And step back, Will did not miss a shot. Yo, step back did not miss a shot.
Yeah.
He literally did not miss a shot. Like, and that's what he does. And that's what's crazy. Like, shout out to bro. That's really what he does. And I'm like, and he don't even know. Like, I don't tell him too much because you know we brothers. You know, you don't really give each other credit. Like, we love each other, but you know we be on some competitive timing. But he's really a dog. Like, he really does this basketball thing, and it's like the amount of work he's put in compared to the amount of work I've put in is completely different. But he's really a dog, and I look up to him in
Yo,
that manner.
listen, he's one of the top recruits.
Yeah.
When I got to Randolph, and I was working there officially, I'm like, yo, like, now we got to figure out a way to win this game. So
Yeah.
we got a big, and then we had Step Back Will. Step Back Will is probably one of the worst practice players that I've ever met in my life. Like,
No
like,
cap.
he doesn't like to practice. He's not in it. Nothing like that. The ball goes up. Yo, he's making 5 shots in a row.
Yeah.
He's getting 3 steals.
Yeah.
Like, he's scoring buckets. Like, yo, he's a gamer.
Yeah.
You know, like there's dudes that are practice players
Hmm.
and there's dudes that are gamers. And then there's dudes that's a combo of both.
Yeah.
I feel like you are a combo of both.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like Step Back is a gamer.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
game on the line, like give me the shot, like I'm
Yeah.
winning the
He
game.
wants to take it.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to y'all for putting the hood on the map and everything like that. And Dusty Loke for playing you guys and everything. But this is bigger than that, right? Like
Yeah.
you guys were going to neighborhoods
Right.
playing very famous New York City artists,
Yeah.
whether they were drill artists, hip hop artists, and
Yeah.
everything like that. Like, where did that idea come from about?
So that's what's crazy, right? I'm actually like I'm in Will's hood. We're in Will's neighborhood. Is in 171st. And we just we're hanging out. We bros. We chilling with each other. We just listening to music. It's a regular summer day, and we just hanging out. And Blockwork ends up like passing by. Blockwork is one of the first person I actually played, and he ends up passing by. He passes by with Saray, which is his friend that he ended up playing with too. He passes by, and we just talking. We like we're basketball players. He's a basketball player. We actually grew up together, and we're like, yo, let's play a 2-on-2. Me and Don, me and my brother versus you and your brother, you and Saray. Let's play a 2-on-2. Let's put a little money on it for YouTube. That literally just came out my mouth, but I did not think of the afterwards or trying to play drill rappers or nothing like that. It was just let's play a 2-on-2 for content just for the fun of it. And then from there, the rest is history. Literally, like the rest is history
Right,
after that.
and just like you're saying, authentic,
Yeah.
organic. It just came about, and then the comments were authentic. The comments were organic,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
the next rappers wanted to play you guys and everything like
Yeah.
that. And for you, I know you're a young man of faith.
Right.
Going into all these neighborhoods and everything like that, like it could get spicy out there. It could
Right.
get real
Right.
spicy, and it could get real shisty.
Yeah.
You've managed to keep it non-violent.
Yeah.
And that's what I love the most about it because like it represents our neighborhood in a good way and it represents you and everything that you're doing with your brand in a great way.
Hmm.
And I've seen it like get to the point where like arguments escalate and everything like that. And I always see you, whether you're playing, you're the referee, you're the commentator, you're the guy in the back,
Yeah.
you're always the one that steps in and everybody's listening to you.
Hmm.
Why do you think that God gave you that gift?
Why do I think he gave me that gift? To change, to change. I feel like it's to change lives, like essentially like the reason I am that way, as like had I been a different way, the content thing would have not like that this specific idea would have not worked out. I would have not been able to pull up to different hoods and make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like because I am this way, I pull up to every hood in the city and they already know how I carry myself. They already know that I'm coming with this positivity, that I'm not trying to act tough. I'm not trying to be somebody I'm not. I'm not trying to be down with them. I'm really just trying to be my authentic self, be positive, make this basketball game happen. I'm gonna be competitive. I'm gonna talk I can curse.
Yo, you can do whatever you want.
I could talk I'm gonna talk my shit, but it'll just be basketball. And I feel like that was the main thing I was always thinking about when it came to like doing these videos and pulling up to these different hoods and me thinking in that manner. It really became a thing, and it's like I put up to different hoods, and I hear and I like I've heard guys almost about to act up with me, and then I'll hear their mans tell them like, "Yo, not chill," but it's Steve-O, like he don't even,
He's
and
not like that.
that's the craziest part about it that he's not even. They tell each other that he's not even on that. He's a good guy, And I feel like that's the best thing that I could ever happen. And I feel like God implanted that in me so I could make a difference in this generation. Every kid now wants to be something they're not. Every kid now, this generation of kids, this upcoming generation of kids, they're trying to be drill rappers or do the things that are said in these songs. And it's not to I'm not trying to say nothing bad about drill music, but it's just more so like the influence that it has on these kids is awful. And it's like they want to be that, but it's not in them. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm trying to show them that I'm around these same guys that y'all look up to, that you guys hear their music and y'all love their music and it motivates y'all to be what's said in the music. I'm around these same guys and I'm being my authentic self. I'm being myself. And they're just as
They
close to
love you
they
for
love
you
me.
being you.
Exactly.
And you know, like that's something too with me. Like that, like I feel like we have so many similarities, right? We hoop, we do this. Dusty Locane, come see me. OG Uncle, I
Facts.
want to get it back in blood.
Facts.
But we have so many similarities, right? Like I feel
Mhm.
like where we come from, it's either you're a rapper, a hooper, you're out in the streets doing street things, you
Mhm.
go to jail, you drop out, and we're around these people 24/7 every single day. These
Mhm.
people are in our families, these people are in our buildings, these people are in our classes, and it's like we don't gotta be like them. Those are our family.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And you always want to show love to family and you always want to support them and you always want to push them forward and empower them. But just by us being us and us shining our light, it brings a lot more light to the community and it shows people like, yo, like I don't gotta do none of those things.
Yeah.
So for me, something that I want to ask you is when it comes to everything that you're doing with the content creation and everything that you're doing with the basketball, what is it that you want people to remember you for?
I just want people to remember me for being that kid that was never afraid to be himself, the kid that brought people together, or the rather the kid, yeah, the kid. I want them to remember me as the kid that brought people together, that was never afraid to say what it was, the realness, to show the realness of what goes on in the hood or what goes on in life, period. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want people to remember me for a kid that had faith in what he believed in and stuck to the vision and didn't allow anybody in to get in his ear like, oh, I don't think it's gonna work out. I don't think you should do that. Go to school instead, or follow this route instead. Like you gotta really like be delusional about the things that you believe in. And if you take anything from me, please be delusional about the things that you believe in, because if you have a vision for something, it's because God placed it in you. So why will you allow anybody else, any other person to just deter you from what God has planned for your life?
Yeah, and that's something that's so beautiful about you, bro. Like a lot of times in life, in the neighborhood that we come from, and the poverty that we're facing, and the struggles that we're facing every single day, you could be around people that have doubt in their own dreams, and doubt in themselves, and doubt in the things that they want to do. And then it's like, then their doubts become your doubts. Like, nah, bro, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. But when you have faith and you understand that you're walking with God, it doesn't matter what's in your path. You gotta be delusional and you're gonna make it there.
Mm.
So that's something that's beautiful about you, man. Like you're really like God works miracle. You know what I'm saying? And like for us to be here having this podcast, for you to have a lot of kids following you. Like I remember just like we working out. I got Division 1 basketball players.
Yeah,
I got high school ranked kids in the gym.
right.
We working out and you working out. You're not even keeping up with them. You're doing the same as them, same shots, same drills, same everything. Kids, and this is at 6 in the morning. Kids are coming in at 8 in the morning and they on the side. Yo, that's Steve-O. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, and it's so crazy, bro, because it's like I remember praying for that, bro. Like I remember when I first branched off from the couples channel, and now I know I'm no longer with my girl, and I started my own channel. I remember doing these basketball videos, not as big as it is now, but I would still do basketball videos. And I just remember like just doing videos in general and just wishing like, yo, I wish, people would acknowledge me and support me. And like, I wish, I'm praying for this. I'm like, God, I really want this to happen. I want a kid to come up to me and take a picture with me because of the things that I'm making happen on this channel. And it's like years later, now it's become normal. Like that's really crazy. Like I could almost cry about it. Don't cap. Like it's really crazy. Like that's normal to me now. Like I step outside and then the way that their eyes light up when they see me is like it's crazy. Like like it's a different. I can't even explain the feeling. Like it's really crazy, bro.
Yeah, yeah, it's surreal sometimes. It's
No
surreal,
cap.
man. And you out here, you making dreams happen,
No
and you're
cap.
making kids believe in that dream, and you're getting kids back in the park. I
Yeah.
love to see kids in the park, man. Like there's something about
Yeah.
that. Like I come from an era where it's like, yo, like the parks are always full, and if you got there at 2 p.m. and you lost, you might have to wait 5 next, and you got to play at 4:30.
No cap.
So you bringing that back, man,
No
and it's
cap.
so beautiful. And with everything that you got going on right now, I know that we spoke a little bit in the beginning of the springtime,
Right.
and you're gonna continue to play against artists,
Right.
continue to play against rappers.
Right.
Now you're telling me that you want to play against college
Yeah.
athletes,
Yeah.
JUCO, D1, D2, D3, because you want to show people that you really hoop hoop.
Facts.
So how did that come about? What did the idea come about, and how's that going?
So it's actually going pretty good, and like the reason I want to start playing like hoopers myself, like one on one more, is because the first year when I started playing these rappers, it was either 2-on-2 or 3-on-3s, and it's like it only reached a certain like level because we started winning games. You know what I'm saying? We got better, we started winning games, and like now that kind of like put fear in certain rappers. They don't want to lose their money, they don't want to, you know what I'm saying? But like God brought to me an idea, and I'm like, yo, my brother Donovan, he's a character and he's not as skilled as all everybody else in my group. So I'm like, what if I put him to play against these rappers? And I just play. You bring your best hooper from your block, from your hood. He could be a D1 basketball player. He could be a overseas. He could be whoever. I'm grinding to where I can play against these guys.
We hoop hoop.
You feel me? So God brought to me the idea, and I feel like it's going amazing now. Like everybody wants to play Don now. Everybody wants to play Don because they see him as sweet. He lost a couple games. You know, it happens, but it's what it is. And I see him, I see Don playing like really big artists.
And that's something that I'm proud of Donovan too, man. Like he was one of my former students, and like the
Hmm.
high school thing didn't really work out too much for him and everything like that. But like to see him where he's at, like he has a clear head. He's around empowering brothers,
Yeah,
and he showed up at 6 in the morning a few times.
yeah, yeah.
So like I know that he's taking this serious, and it's like for you guys to be doing this for Washington Heights to the world,
Right.
because that's it. That's where it's at right now. The content is worldwide. It's not just the block right now, you know.
Yeah, yeah. No
So
cap.
the summer's about to come to an end right now. It's about to be back to school.
Yeah.
What do you have planned for back to school right now?
Back to school, I have a few one-on-one tournaments. I don't necessarily want to say specifically what they are because I don't want to give the idea
Now
away.
we
You know
we
what I'm
kicking up
saying? But
the commercials, the
yeah,
advertisement.
yeah,
We kicking up.
we got a few. I got a trailer that I'm shooting right currently to make a one-on-one tournament happen. I feel like that's one of my best ideas yet that I've gotten, and we spoke about it at 6 a.m. You feel me in the gym. And I can't wait to make that specific one-on-one tournament happen. You guys will see when it comes out and when I post that trailer. But that's one of the biggest things I want to do. And then I would say this though. One thing that I also want to do is I want to start playing like pulling up to different hoods and playing going to random parks, playing 5-on-5. You beat my five, you win $1,000. That's what I want to start doing now.
I want to be in that five. I want to be in that five. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah, we gotta
saying?
have you pull
Come
up.
off
We
the
gotta have you
bench or
pull up.
something.
Yeah,
Do
yeah, we gotta
something.
have
You
you
know what I'm
pull up.
saying? I'm watching his family for sure.
For sure, for sure. And I just want to say, like, before we even end or anything like that, like, I just want to say thank you, bro. Like, for real, like, you've believed in me since like high school. You know what I'm saying? And around that time, it meant a lot more to me because it's like nobody else believed in me, you know, and that really meant a lot, bro. And I was dealing with certain coaches, like, just to say this story, just so that kids feel motivated by this. Like, I remember ninth grade, I was in graphics, and I was trying to go to boarding school. You know, I was trying to follow the basketball route. You go to prep school, boarding school, you read class, you stay in school, you work out. You know, I was trying to follow that route and really be serious about my dreams. And so I remember I had like a disagreement with the coach, with the JV coach, and like he told me like, yo, if you wanna play next year for us, you gotta do this and that. I forgot what exactly it was, but I told him like I will do it, but you know, I told him something like, but I'm not sure if that's gonna matter because I'm going to boarding school next year. I told him that. You feel me? And that was a little ignorant of me, but I'm
You're
14 at the
young. You're
time.
young. You're
I'm
young.
young, you know, so that's a young thing to say, you know, but I learned from that. And I told him that. He's like, "Oh, so if you're gonna go to boarding school, then there's not it's not necessary for you to play for us this year or in general." And then right there, that cooked me. I didn't end up playing that ninth grade year at all. I didn't play JV at all. I didn't play no basketball at all. I even apologized to the coach and everything. Like I realized like that was some ignorant thing to say of me. You know, I'm 14 and I told the coach something I shouldn't have said, and I apologized twice. I sent the message out and I apologized in person. And that's not to say anything about him, but it's just like that happened to me ninth grade year. I was not able to play basketball. You get what I'm saying? But you were able to, like you were having me work out in Randolph, and I was still getting my basketball training in and everything like that. And I just want to say I appreciate you for that, bro.
Nah, man, I always believed in you. Like even when you went to Wheels, 10th grade, I'm like, yo, we gotta get this kid.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
gotta get this kid. Like this kid is a good kid. Like if he comes, everybody's gonna do their homework. homework.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna pass their classes. Everybody's gonna come to practice on time.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna come at 6 in the morning. And I remember you coming to practice a couple of times at 6 in the morning,
Yeah.
and then going to your other school.
And going to yeah,
And
yeah.
then we got step back Will, and I'm like, I bet like this is his best friend. I know he's gonna transfer now. And through all that, it
Yeah.
never worked out. Like
Right.
and it God has a mysterious way of making things work out the way they're supposed to work out. Because it didn't work out in high school. I saw you graduate,
Right.
and then I'm like, yo, bro, like I can still get you into college.
Yeah, yeah.
It didn't work out then.
Yeah.
We still see each other. I
Yeah.
invite you to the gym all the time. You pull up to the gym at 6 in the morning. We
Right.
be having life talks.
Yeah.
And it's like, I appreciate you for opening a door to like allow me to mentor you.
Mhm.
Because not only have you allowed me to mentor you and give you some game and teach you, but like you've also taught me
Mhm.
because I'm a student of life. Like at the end of the day, it's like you people like you and I, we're gonna go very far in life because we're students of life
Mhm.
and we're not ego driven. We're
Right.
not proud people. Like we're led by God. So our soul leads us.
Mhm.
So I just want to say thank you for teaching me.
Yeah.
Thank you for never closing a door on me. Thank you for always letting me recruit you. And now it's like I can't recruit you as a player, but I can recruit you as a friend and as a brother.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So, any last words you want to leave the people with?
Keep going. Don't ever stop. Don't let anyone tell you you can't do something. You know, like this is a vision I had. And if I would have listened to people telling me to go to school and college and do this and that and not do, yeah, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. I've always and anybody that's been a classmate of mine to say this and can vouch for me. I've always told my classmates I'm gonna be something in life. Like I've always said that since like elementary school. And they would tell like I went on live recently and I had a one of my old classmates like comment on my live and they told me like, yo, it's crazy. You was talking about this in school and look at you doing it now. Power of like the power of your words, power of the tongue is very powerful. Like I know it's said a lot and you may not really pay too much attention to it, but there's power in the tongue, bro. So
That's
it
a fact.
just
Yo, listen,
you know,
there's power in the tongue and there's also poison in the tongue. So
right,
choose your words wisely.
right,
Choose to empower yourself. Don't speak down on yourself. Don't speak negatively. Because once in a while we have those thoughts, but you got to fight them because that's not you. That's
facts,
the enemy. And if you're
facts,
God driven, everything's going to work out.
facts,
Listen, this is a great episode. I'm happy to be here with Steve-O. A lot of great things in Washington Heights coming through.
for sure.
Remember, the fundamentals work if you work the fundamentals.